The Warriors have run into some struggles in the previous seasons, to say the very least. I mean, while they have been consistently making the playoffs, they haven't been performing in them, apart from that magical 2022 run, where the Warriors, of course, won the NBA championship. However, we will never see those days again unless the Warriors improve. And in this video, I'm going to be giving a complete breakdown of how the Warriors can return to their former glory as the team that literally won the NBA Finals 4 times in 8 years. It shouldn't be too hard considering that they still have a top 10 player in Steph Curry in the entire league, but with what this team is doing right now, it does make me a bit worried for the future. However, in this video, I'm going to be breaking down everything. The trades they need to make, the players they need to keep and develop. And you know what? I'm not only going to be looking at the 2025 season because that's way too short term. No one cares about 1 year from now. I'm going to be looking all the way through 2030, heck, maybe even 2040, because some of the players that the Warriors have on this roster, they're going to stay around a while if the Warriors manage it correctly, to say the very least. I mean, they might just become lifelong Warriors like Steph and Draymond. But you know what? Enough dilly-dally, enough chit-chat. Let's just hop right into the video. First things first, we need to talk about why the Warriors have struggled in previous seasons. And I think the main person that I'm going to blame is Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson has taken a bit of a regression, to say the very least, because he has not been a good player the past few seasons. 38% shooting from 3 and 43% from the field on only 18 points per game is nothing up to his former glory. He used to be much better than this, and it's not only the box score that just turns you off. It's also, it's just also how he acts. His defense, the effort he gives on the court, it's not what it used to be. He isn't the same player that he used to be, and it's pretty clear that the Warriors, they either need to get him on a really cheap deal, or, you know what, I just say, F it, let's get him off the team. Because with these new suggestions and the new players that the Warriors have been bringing in, I don't think that they really need him anymore. Now, of course, you still have Steph, you still have Draymond. Those two are going to stay together forever. I would be extremely surprised if they don't stay together forever, because they are just a dynamic duo, and Steph isn't really that good. He's not good at all without Draymond, and I'm going to say that pretty confidently because the screens and the chemistry and the playmaking that Draymond gives Steph is just on another level. We've never seen a better duo, not skill-wise, but chemistry-wise, in NBA history. Yeah, that's a bold take, but I'll say it. In NBA history, we have never seen a more in-sync duo than Steph and Draymond. Next, we move on to the young guys of this roster. And of course, by young guys, I do mean the young guys. I'm not going to talk about like Andrew Wiggins since he's not too old yet, or Kevon Looney because he's only 28. No, I'm going to be talking about Trayce, Moses Moody, Trayce Jackson-Davis, of course, the rookie that they drafted last year, Moses Moody, Kuminga, who's a third-year player, but he's still extremely young. He's only 21 years old. And Brandin Podziemski. Maybe even Lester Quinones, but we'll see if we have time to get to that. First off, I'll just go with the best player out of that bunch, which, I mean, it's obviously Jonathan Kuminga. Kuminga this season, when going in the starting lineup, averaged more than 22 points per game. That's just a ridiculous amount. And even when he was off the bench, he averaged 14 points per game after, of course, he got that haircut. He also averaged 7 rebounds and 4 assists when starting for the Warriors, and his defense was absolutely amazing. I mean, when you have all of the God-gifted abilities in the world, he has great lateral quickness, he has a huge wingspan, high vertical jump, He's just a great player all around, and he will keep progressing. I could say that his peak will be around not a Giannis type player, even though he does seem to be going in that direction, but maybe more of a Paul George type player, which is actually interesting because the Warriors have been in rumors to get Paul George. But I mean, you once Kuminga develops his handles a bit more and potentially even his 3-point shot, he's going to substantially improve as a player and as a piece for the Warriors. Next, I'll just bundle these two together because Brandin Podziemski and Trayce Jackson-Davis have been the best two rookies that the Warriors have drafted, and I don't even know how long. This season combined, they averaged around 20 points per game, and they both grabbed over 5 rebounds a night, with Podziemski, a guard, actually averaging more than Trayce Jackson-Davis, a center. Yeah, I mean, he has that ultimate hustle. He's one of the most, not only committed, but he's willing to throw his body, he's willing to throw his life on that basketball court just to get a board. And there is nothing more that I respect than that. The Warriors have great hustle players, and he's one of them. Trayce Jackson-Davis, on the other hand, is a great power forward slash center who he kind of went under the radar for most of the season, but he averaged over a block and a half per game when he actually started heating up. And finally, you've got Lester Quinones, who per 36 is averaging 20 points per game. Absolutely ridiculous. But you know what? There's one final player that I actually left out, and that's Quinton Post. Most of you guys have probably never heard of him, and that's for good reason. The Warriors only just drafted him, and he wasn't the biggest name college player either, falling all the way down to 52nd in the draft. You might be thinking, well, he probably sucks. No, he doesn't. He averaged 17, 8, and 3 on 51-43 shooting as a 7-foot center. This guy is literally a unicorn, and with him, the Warriors will be able to dominate the league. Additionally, it's not like he was just a good player on offense. He was also voted to ACC, American Central Conference, which is basically a college division, all defensive first team, and their all ACC team, which is the best 5 players, basically all NBA team. This guy, along with the young players, along with Steph and Draymond, are going to be the future of this team, and they're going to bounce back, and they're going to bounce back hard this season. If you enjoyed, leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the video that's popping up on screen right now.